My sister banned me from Christmas for being just a plumber, so I cut off the law school funds I was paying for. I'm 32, single, and run my own plumbing business. Yeah, I know, not exactly the high flying career some people dream about, especially if you ask my family. But honestly, I make damn good money and I actually enjoy what I do. There's something deeply satisfying about fixing things, solving problems, and yeah, occasionally dealing with people's literal crap. Then there's my sister Amanda, 26 years old and currently in law school. And guess who's been footing the bill for that? Yep, me. Since day one, I've been covering her tuition in full. Her boyfriend, some hot shot doctor at the local hospital, Ray, is an arrogant piece of work, but we'll get to him later. Now here's where everything took a nose dive. About a week before Christmas, my mom calls me. And you have to understand something, my mom doesn't just call for casual chats or to check in. If my phone rings and it's her, it usually means one of two things: either she needs money or there's some family crisis she expects me to fix. But this time, her voice was different, hesitant, like she was about to deliver bad news. Then she drops it: "I think it would be best if you sit this Christmas out." At first, I thought I'd misheard her, like maybe she was rescheduling or something. But no, she starts rambling about how they want to keep things comfortable for everyone this year. I was floored. We've always done Christmas together, even when I was working insane hours getting my business off the ground. I always made time. And sure, my family has always had this weird attitude about my job. They love the money I make from it, but God forbid they ever admit to anyone what I actually do for a living. So I pressed her for the real reason. That's when she started dodging the question, going on about professional appearances and considering everyone's comfort. But she wouldn't say it outright, not until later that day when my cousin Sarah filled me in. Turns out my dear sister had told our parents that having me at Christmas would be uncomfortable because I didn't fit in with her and her boyfriend's professional image. Let that sink in. The same sister whose entire legal education I was paying for was embarrassed by me because I'm a plumber. She didn't want her prestigious doctor boyfriend to have to sit at the same table as someone who, heaven forbid, works with their hands for a living. The more I thought about it, the more the pieces fell into place. Like how Amanda never invited me to her law school events, even though I was the reason she could afford to be there. Or how she always dodged the question when her friends asked what her brother did for a living. Or how, despite dating this guy for almost a year, she'd never introduced us. And the worst part? My parents agreed with her. They actually thought it was reasonable to cut their own son out of Christmas because my career didn't align with Amanda's social aspirations. The same son who had been helping support the family since he was 18, the same son who built his own business from nothing, the same son who had been paying every cent of their golden child's law school tuition. My mom tried to soften the blow with some condescending nonsense about how these professional circles can be tricky and how maybe next year, once your career has progressed more. Excuse me? I own a business, I have employees, I make six figures doing honest work. But apparently, because I don't wear a suit and tie, that's not progressed enough for them. I sat with that information for a long time, just letting it sink in. And the more I thought about it, the colder my anger became. This wasn't just a one-time thing. This was who they were. My own family, especially Amanda, had been using me while secretly looking down on me the entire time. That's